Hi, I'm Lam. Welcome back to Keeping Up with the Queen. Today, we are once again going to talk about Makeup by Mario's brand new line, and specifically the Master Matte Eyeshadow Palette. Let's go. I know I've been talking about Makeup by Mario's makeup line a lot in my channel these days, but I can't help it. I am a big fan of his work, specifically Kim Kardashian's, and I am very excited when he is coming out with a brand, a makeup brand. I want to see what his vision really is and what is the quality and what is the formula he is going to put together for his line. I do have a video talking about every product in the line, and I will link that video down below in the description box. But today I'm going to talk about the Master Matte Eyeshadow Palette. Also, I got the Master Secret Glow Highlighter in the shade Expensive, and I'm going to do a video about this, specifically compare it to another Hollywood glowy skin kind of a product, so stay tuned on that. And if you can guess what product I'm going to compare this to, sound it down below. Let's get right into it. This palette is first of all beautiful. The packaging looks so much better in real life than in the photos, and it's just a very nice, very modern, simple kind of a packaging, and it's perfect for someone who is minimalist like me. I love this kind of packaging, and this is kind of stand up from the packaging itself, and this is just plastic. It does have a little bit of a fingerprint, but it's cleaned off very easily. It's made in the USA, and the expiration date is for 24 months. And I love that the names of the shades are just matte 1, matte 2, matte 3, matte 4. It's very, very simple, straightforward, very makeup artist kind of a palette. You can really see it. It is retailing for $48 US. It has 12 eyeshadows in it, and they're all matte, of course. Each of the shade in here is 1 gram or 0.03 ounces, so the total net weight of this palette is 12 grams for $48, which is pretty expensive. Soft Glam palette has 14 shades. It is $45 US and it's 1 gram per shadow, so there is 14 grams of product in here. So the bronze palette, 19.25 grams of product, but it's retailing for $65 US. And keep in mind, those two palettes both have different finishes like metallics, matte, shimmers, but this one is purely matte. When you open it up, these are the 12 shades ranging from light, medium to dark, and in each row there are different undertones. For example, the medium row, you can see the clearest. This is more of an olive tone. This is very warm shade. This is more beigey. This is more red, and this is a cool tone. Vision that Mario has behind creating this palette is that he was inspired by different skin tones. All of these shades are going to appear very natural and very effortless on everyone. And I have to say, I completely agree with that, and I'm very interested in trying out this palette just because I hear that. Another thing I like about this palette is that it's the perfect size to hold in your hand and look and do your makeup. And it comes with this big mirror. There's no waste space at all. The palette is not too heavy. There are some palettes like from Natasha Denona or Pat McGrath where it's so heavy I cannot hold the palette and do my makeup. This is a great everyday palette in theory. Now the most important thing is the formula. Let me show you the swatches first, and then we'll talk about the formula. I will pop it up on the screen. As you can see, one of the shades literally almost like disappear into my hand, which is so cool. Swatches on the website, online, everywhere are pretty accurate. There's no like filter or Photoshop or anything that fuss with it, because when I open this palette, it looks exactly like the photo online, so what you see is what you get, and that's sometimes hard to come by when all the makeup brands try to impress you with the filter and glitter and sparkles on the screen. Now the formula, let me show you a swatch here. You can see it's pretty pigmented. I have seen some reviews here and there that say this palette is not that pigmented, but to be honest, if I was a makeup artist, I would not want my eyeshadow to be super pigmented right away. I would like it to be buildable. It's pretty buttery, but it's not super buttery like the Natasha Denona formula, which is also nice because shadows that are super buttery, and especially Natasha Denona's cream to powder formula, can be very hard to blend. And I don't know, I'm not a pro, so when you dip your brush into the shades in this palette, there is a little bit of kick up in the pans, and there will be a lot of product that come up in your brush, especially the last row right here is packed with pigment especially. But it's not too crazy. That's the thing. Like even this black, when you swatch this black, it's like not so pigmented. Do you see that? When you layer it, it gets darker and darker. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. The most important thing is that I think all the shades in this palette blends out really nicely. Very beautiful. You can get the pigmentation that you want, but most likely, especially for the darkest shade, you won't get the intensity as you see in the pan immediately. You have to work for it a little bit, which is totally fine. It's very refreshing to see something a little bit more traditional and a little bit more toned down in pigment. Actually, let me show you what I mean. So I'm going to swatch again the black shade from the Mario palette. Then I'm going to swatch the black shade from the Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam. Immediately when you dig into this shadow, it feels drier. This is the Anastasia. You can see it's immediately more intense. That can be a good thing and sometimes not a good thing, because if you are someone like me who is not a professional, it can be difficult when things get so intense immediately and don't blend out easily. Let's compare this formula with Natasha Denona, okay? So there's this shade right here that reminds me of Magma in the Natasha Denona Bronze palette. This is Magma right here. So Natasha Denona seems to be a little bit more creamy to the touch. This is Master Matte. This is Bronze. Wow, very comparable colors. Actually, this shade right here look very close to Suntan. Oh, okay, Suntan is a lot more concentrated and a little bit darker in shade. Beside those, I don't see anything else super similar between these two palettes. Definitely the black and the darkest brown, these two shades here and these two shades here are the similar ones. Every single shade in the Soft Glam that are comparable to the shades in the Master Matte is a little bit warmer. So Soft Glam and Bronze are a lot warmer than the Master Matte. So those are the swatches and my thoughts on the formula. Now I'm going to show you the 3 looks that I came up with using the Master Matte eyeshadow palette, including this look right now. hope you enjoyed the demos of this video, and now final thoughts time. Do I like this palette? Yes. Do I recommend this palette? Depends. So first, if you are a makeup artist, it's good to have a palette with all the basic neutral mattes that will suit every skin tone in a makeup artist kit, in my opinion. And then you can play with other shimmers and other palettes in addition to this. But this is such a good staple and like a good foundation for your eye makeup collection if you're a makeup artist, because all of these shades compared to my other palettes like the bronze and the soft glam, as you can see, this is a lot more neutral. All kind of neutral and warm eyeshadows appears too warm on my eyes because my skin tone is already warm and medium. It will emphasize everything that's like remotely warm and just bring out the heat in that shade even more. So having something a little bit more neutral like this is very useful. If you are someone who's starting to use makeup and don't know how to use eyeshadow well, or you're looking for an everyday palette, this is definitely worth the money. It does deliver, it blends out really well, it's very user friendly, it's very blendable, it's buildable, and it's just a very solid formula. If you are someone who has a ton of makeup, you like a combination of shimmers and matte, or you like more colorful look, or you like more glittery, kind of a stand out kind of a look, this is not for you. Again, unless you are looking for something that's very grounded and very basic for those days where you don't need those glitter or those colorful pastel kind of a shade. As I'm playing with it today, I really like it more and more. The size is perfect, the mirror is perfect, the shade arrangement is perfect. It's so simple, it's so easy. I have olive undertone, so having some kind of an olive transition shades is hard to find because like in the bronze, the olive tone is too warm again. But this one is very close to my skin tone and it's realistic because it's based on skin tone. I'm sure other eyeshadows palettes have shades that are gonna match a certain skin tone, but this overall is just really toned down and really neutral. It's very neutral. This is probably the most neutral palette that I have in my collection, to be honest. Can't get enough of it, and I would definitely keep using it. Oh, did you hear that? Magnetic closure. I would definitely keep you updated on my thoughts about this palette in the future if my opinion changes, and there are a lot of eyeshadow palettes that I've been testing, so I'll probably have to do like a combined review of all of the palettes that I have been trying out for the past 2 or 1 month. I'm excited to hear what you have to say about this palette, about this brand. Let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to watch the video where I talk about every single product in the Makeup by Mario line, and you might find a dupe there. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video. It will help me out so much. I will let you go. I hope you have a great day. I will see you soon. Remember, don't flop.